Christmas carols will sing. I'm Stacy J, doing Vlogmas today. Trees are up, Merry Christmas we say. Spend time with me as I sow something. We count down to Christmas Day.
Hi, I'm Stacy J and this is my studio, and I am on day 16 of Vlogmas. It is crazy, 9 days to Christmas. Is it bad that I have literally done absolutely no Christmas shopping? I mean none. I mean zip. I mean nada. Zero. Empty hands. Yeah, that's probably a bad thing. I do have my friend Johnson's Christmas gift. Been buying that throughout the year. So that is it. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Might need to rectify that and fast. However, I do have to make something for my daughter that I didn't make for her birthday, which was, you know, only a month ago. And so, and then wee Samuel, I shouldn't say wee Samuel, he's way taller than I am. He's got a list that I haven't really got a copy of. So, can't buy what I don't know, right? Missed the meaning of Christmas much, right? Okay, so what am I going to do today? Now, I'm just going to cover off yesterday. Yesterday I went and we did the final of my friend's chemo, which was good. She's feeling good, which is fantastic. Just got to leave the drippy thing in. What's it called? I can't remember. The needle that goes in. That's got to stay in for a few more weeks, so you should be happy when that comes out, because she can just shower without having to worry about wrapping up first before she showers. Now, New Zealand's not a big country. It's relatively small. It's even smaller when you go in to hospital in the chemo ward and you see somebody you know. And yeah, so I have this client that I saw at the beginning of this year or end of last year. Either way, I hadn't seen him for a while, and I have communicated with him quite a bit because he was looking at buying a house and I was seeing how that was all going, but haven't communicated for a while, and the house is since sold. So I'm sitting in the chemo ward. I've just gone in there and I looked over and I saw this gentleman talking to one of the support people, another gentleman, and so it was like, who's he here with? Because he beat cancer the year before, like last year. And so I waited because he was having a chat, and I was dealing with my friend and talking to my friend and that. And then he went and sat on the bed, and I just turned around and I looked at him and waited for him to see me. And he saw me and he asked his daughter for his walking crutch. And he came over and gave me a hug. So he's now beaten one cancer and he's got a different cancer. So not nice to catch up with him, but he's on the radar now, so we'll check in with him more regularly. He's got 6 months of blasting to do, so I found out all about that. But so it was a bit of a devastation. So I went in there. Now I knew I had to go to my company and mark hems to do some hemming today, which I've got 10 pairs of pants to hem today. I want to get them done and dusted and get them back out the door. And I said to, we were there at 11:30 for a 12:30 chemoness. And sort of said the nurse was a bit under the pump. It was very full yesterday, and the nurse was a bit under the pump. Now, last time I went in there, we were out the door by, I think, 1:30, home by 2 o'clock. And I'd said to Katie, I said, I'll be with you guys at 4. I've got this first this morning. And she goes, okay, cool. So I said to the nurse, I said, oh, as long as I'm back for my 4 o'clock appointment. She was like, oh, let's see what we can do then. Let's see what else we can add. So I got to my appointment after 4. I don't know why it took so long yesterday, but it was just so busy. You can't rush some things, but there was one person that required watching for the first 10 minutes of their chemonas. So that was her last one. Really happy about that. At Keneporu, they have a value ring on your last session. They don't have that at Wellington. So they're going to look into that because it should be an excitement. They say that because some people aren't having their last one, that they get a little bit distraught. I think that somebody, I mean, actually, I don't know, but my thoughts is if I was going through this particular thing, I would be pleased to know there's some people not coming back. And they're going to be good. And they're going to, you know. So, yeah. So anyway, so that was a huge day. Huge day. Not taxing on me in any way, but very upsetting to see my friend back in there. He, typical male is what I said to him. Yes, and his daughter agreed because he was like, oh no, I'll just go in tomorrow. Just go in tomorrow. I said, yeah, no. So yes, so I keep an eye on him. Anyway, so back to today. I've got 10 pairs of pants to hem, so I want to get them done and dusted. I have no idea what I'm going to make today, but what I'm going to do is see if we manage to get something in day 16 of my advent calendar. Now, the other day, I said a lot of people's names that had been commenting on me. There was one I couldn't pronounce. Okay, so Victoria really, 15 and 16 was a upsetting 2 days for me. There's nothing in my advent calendar. Mind you, I got 4 things for the 2 days before. So I'll put that aside. There was a person that I could not pronounce. You know how you don't have to have your name as your title on YouTube? Well, she didn't. So I didn't want to say what it was because I just didn't know how to say it. But I've got 2 more people I'd like to thank for watching, and that's Karen and Liz. Excuse me. So thank you. I don't know what I'm going to make, people. I don't know. So I'm going to get these pants done. I do have a client with a wedding dress coming at, I want to say 10:30, 11:30. Either way, it doesn't matter. She's coming at those times. I've just emptied a ton of bags from the studio into my car to go to the donations. That's from Victoria. And because she just sort of dumped them outside of her bedroom, which didn't hold standing with me. So they're now in my car and I'll take them. Yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully we'll get back on. I've got my student tonight at 4, which means I need to use the white overlocking to overlock what she's making, because it's always better if you overlock while you go. We're making, and I don't think her mother watches me, we're making a wee dress for her little sister, Rose. That's where her name's Rose. Yep, so Rose is 2. So we're making a little really basic wee dress, just something quick for her to make for Rose for Christmas Day. So it's made out of Christmas fabric. Okay, so I'm going to go now and do this. Okay, so I will actually talk to you guys later. Hi, I'm back. I shouldn't have been eating a cracker when I picked it up. So it is now 1:42. I've done a lot. I have hemmed 10 pairs of pants. I've made 2 wraps for a wedding. I have seen a client about a wedding dress. She wanted to make it bigger. They put their wedding forward due to the fact of illness in the family, not the bride or the groom, but family members. So they wanted to bring it forward a year. So I put the dress on, and I hummed and hawed about it, and I said, no, I'm going to try and zip it up. Perfect. So she went away, happy girl, and not any broker for the deal. Lovely name she has. It's Victoria. But so she's happy, and I'm really stoked because I think by the time she gets it, it's going to fit perfectly. Sorry, by the time she gets to the wedding. I have delivered the pants that I have hemmed. I have tried to deliver something else, but unfortunately my client wasn't at work. It was on the way, so that was fine. Centering myself. Right, I've hoovered some food because I haven't eaten all day. I'm drinking some fluid because I need to hydrate. Now this isn't a juice or anything. It is a concoction from a place. Can't remember the name of the company. What am I going to make today? Oh, so I have been watching Sequins Girly. She's there's something different with her Vlogmas. She started her Vlogmas on the 1st of November. So if you haven't seen her and Julie from Julie Sews Her Own Clothes did a swap calendar. Swap miss, I think they called it. And Sequin Girl has just opened, well, the one I've watched, she's just opened the flamingo crocheted hat, which is gorgeous, from Julie. So jelly, because I'm a flamingo. If you can't be yourself, be a flamingo. Right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to make the Ocean Tides shoulder bag. Now you guys have seen it. You know that I have also, well, sorry, if you've been watching me, you know I've sewn it. You know I've made one. You know I did a sip and sew with Katie and her mum and her sister for her mum's birthday on the 25th of October. Well, birthday's on the 24th. The 25th of October, we made one of these up. We made one, going forward, I will be making these again, but going forward, I will not allow them to put zipper pockets in there because that's what consumed the time. It took 5 hours for us to make as a group. Wine was involved, yes, but no drunkenness, so, because they were driving home. So, yeah. Let's get it made. So what I have already cut out, I've already cut out the handle. I've got some leatherette. Okay, I'm just going to do that in half. So to hold the handle on, I've got this, which I'll take the little buckle thing off. I don't need it. So it'll sit nicely on that. Okay, it's got a really funky one on this. Sorry if it's shiny. There we go. I think it got the shine off. Okay, but I wanted a nice wide shoulder strap. The outside fabric I'm using is Kiwiana, and I've got the fantail bird, the white swan, the tomato sauce bottle jandals. For you Australians out there, we call them flip-flops. Thongs. English flip-flops, aren't they? We have the pavlova. We have Hokey Pokey ice cream, which apparently is still the most loved one. Not my most loved one, but anyway. We've got the kiwi, got the lemon pyrrhua, and we've got the sheep, and we've got the kinna. Okay, kinna, I've had kinna. My uncle got me to try it. And the jelly tip ice block, but you've only got the bottom of it there. I haven't got the jelly tip. I haven't got the tiki. So I don't know if the tiki was on the other one. Yeah. So that's what we've got on the inside lining. It's just plain red. Okay, the reds don't really fully match, but I do not care. I have cut out the pocket. I will be making one with the pocket in. So if I make this and I get this all sorted, it'll be going to my singing teacher for her Christmas present. So I have not got any marks on this that I need. So I'm going to just get the pattern piece. This bag is Ocean Tide shoulder bag by Needles and Anchors Supply Company. Okay. I am making the large. We all know what I say. Size matters. Bigger the bag, the more stuff you can carry. All right, so I'm going to put aside the handle strap at the minute. I've got a metal magnetic snaps. And I've got matching coloured magnetic snaps with the little hooky things. So this is the pattern piece here, and I've got a lot of little holes. I'm going to mark those holes now on my lining because I am going to put in my zippered pocket. I have got everything everywhere. Right, I will slow down. I just got to go fast. My student may or may not be coming today. She finished school last week, but like I said, she is making a Christmas gift for her sister, which is a which is a Christmas dress to wear on Christmas Day. So, oh, did I bump that? Or have you just been looking in the wrong way? Sorry. Right, I'm going to go down here. I'll put my marks in. I'll probably have to redo these marks because I iron and you iron them off. So the first thing we want to do, if I go by memory, I should actually open the book. First thing you want to do is make our little pleats down here. So there's little holes here, so I'm going to make little pleats. Flip it over. Actually, I should be doing it the other way, but so as long as I got these marked in, I don't need pocket. I'm not doing pockets on both sides, but definitely have to do my darts on both sides. And due to the fact I had to clean up to do my hemming, I now need to find everything. I kind of need someone in the room to help me find my pins. Oh, found them. So, as this pattern piece says, it's actually, you cut them both out the same way. So this is, say, the wrong side, and if I flip it open, that's also the wrong side. So I should have done the markings on the other side, if that makes sense, but I'm going to, for the right side, we want our tucks to face towards the side seams. So this is the wrong side of the fabric. So we bring the outside mark to the inside mark. Okay, so the outside mark to the inside mark. Stacey Joanne. Okay. So we flip it to the right side. They're both actually facing out, so they dart out. Okay, now let's see if I can do that with this one, because I've done it differently. So I've done all my markings on the right side of this one, so I've got to just be careful that I don't stuff this up. So, and as the fabric is the same, I'm going to do X, X. Okay, so the right sides, and both of these should be facing the same way. It's never good in this weather to hear that siren go. I don't know if you heard it, but that is the first response siren. So that's how it's going to be sewn when it's sewn up. Okay, so the right sides and the right sides. So first off, what we're going to do is we are going to make our bottom pleats. Okay, but what I will do first is I'll mark them on my outside fabric and get them all done at the same time. Okay. So I've changed my thread. I've made it red and I rhyme instead. Okay, so I've changed my thread. I'm going to go through and sew this up. These two little darts in here. I will be using the walking foot, but not yet. And I will be changing my green on my walking foot to red as well. Mainly because I got the red strap, the red handle. And I'm just going to drop that stitch length down to 2.5 because I had it up because I was hemming pants. I think hemming pants with a longer stitch length is actually quite the nicer look. Now I'm just going to quickly flick through, blah blah blah, fusing blah blah, blah blah blah, hardware. I want to see where it says what seam allowance. And no. Yes, here we go. When cutting the woven thread, I recommend cutting extra. Oh, nope. Seam allowance is 1/3 of an eighth. 1/3 of an eighth. I want to say that because 5/8 is 1.5. I guess that's 1 centimeter. Look at me being all. I was going to say imperial. Yes. Don't know. Can't remember. Yes, imperial. Oh, so many words. Let's come straight across here and we'll cut off. There we go. That's probably that's a bit easier. There's my two done there. And I'm just going to do these ones and then put them aside because we're not working on them just yet. We are working on our lining. Mostly when you do your make handbags, usually start on the lining and go through that and then build your outside. Not saying always. It's not, you know, like don't quote me on it. Don't say but she said. But I've noticed because the interior has a lot of work on it. Done it. So when I went to Aussie, yeah, I know it was ages ago. Well, it feels like it was ages ago. Our friends picked up my big saying of, I know, right? They broke it by saying, I know, right? Anyway, long story. Funny, but long story. And the other one they picked up is, oh, I can't even remember what it was. Anyway, one of the things in the English, one of the things the lad says is, innit, or isn't it? Yeah, they come from England, the Queen's English, innit. So that's quite funny. I thought it was funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this one because this one, I've got them marked on this side. I've got marked for the pocket facing. Okay, so I wrote them all on there just so I didn't lose what I wanted. So I'm just going to drop my foot down and I'm going to mark on this the box around. Okay, I'll be back. As you can see here, I've got my little, look at my little details. Such a good girl. Sounds like I'm talking to the dog. Why do we talk to dogs like that? Why? Okay. Wrong pen. Look at my little flamingo pen. Silly. Now that mark on it. It won't come off, ever. Yep, that's there. That happened. And the other side. And I do believe in my little thingo, I've got a small ruler. So we're just going to make our line across. So we're going to line it up with my dots that I've made earlier. And I'm just going to put that there. I'm not too fussed about the right side and the wrong side with this. No, I'm right. Oh, yes. Oh, I hope I'm right. Oh, hang on a second. I did it right. I did it right. I was having a little mare thinking I'd done something wrong. I think because it happened when I did the sew and sit with Katie and Co. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just, don't start at the corner. Start halfway down your line. You want our corners to be nice and whole. You want your stitch length, yeah, about 2.5, 2.8. Okay, there, back tack one, and go forth and follow that line down. So I've sewn this onto the right side with the right side facing each other. Okay, arrow at the end. I'm going to count how many I go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5. So I'm slightly off the box, but I can deal with that. So its box has actually landed where this seam has come up to the foot. Okay, go to the end. We want to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see where. Okay, and line it up there. Just overlap where you started and back tack. Our next bit, oh good, I've got my good scissors here, is we're going to cut down the center of our little box here. So we cut it in half, fold it in half a little bit, snip in the center, and follow my line. And when you go to the corner here, you want to go right into the corner. Don't snip the thread. Okay, don't snip the thread. Now, why I counted it is so that they were even on both sides. So I don't always go by that box line there. I sometimes go ahead of it. It's not going to change too much. What it does is it gives me a bigger tag to sew under my zip to hold it all in place. So I'm meant to be singing on Friday at the restaurant. Doing a duet with Joanne. So that's going to then get folded under. So I'm going to go and split this, make it open, then I'm going to iron it and bring it back. Okay, so I have got double-sided tape here, but I'm not going to use it. I don't normally use double-sided tape when I'm sticking on zips. So I'm going to get a zip, part of a zip, and I want it just a bit longer and some non-specialized scissors to cut my said zip. And now back, and I have a zipper head. Where did I put that? All right, I'm going to, sometimes this works a dream, sometimes it takes forever. Let's see how we work today.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The fragrance of flowers in the air. It's great, the temperature is rising. The windows down while we are driving. The excitement of a new year is near. Blue skies, the clouds are clear. It's Christmas down.
I think I got that right, and I thought I was wrong, and I kept taking it off. Anyway, I've got it on. What we're going to do now is window this. So the opening goes to the narrow, so you want it to close, going and sitting on, so you want it to open towards the right. Okay, so I'm just going to close that back up. This is where if you want to use double-sided tape, please go ahead. I tend not to. What I do line it up with though, is I line it up. I'm trying to stick that in the center. Get myself a, lucky you can't see my face, I'm using my tongue to get that pin in. So I've got that in the center there, and I want the center here as well. Making sure that everything's pulled out. Now remember how I was saying about having a nice big tongue to pull? That's what I like to be able to. So it catches nicely when I sew it down at the end. So I am and have that centerizedness. Okay, and I usually use, your zipper has got marks on it, on the actual ribbon of it. Okay, and I usually follow something on it that makes me feel like it's even. So I'm going to start at the top here. Get it in. Of course, I've just buckled it by hitting the plate of my machine. Okay. Okay, stop it. If you want, you can put some pins along here. Okay, and that's basically the roughness of the width of what I want it. Of course, you could have your other one going the other way. Now, this is the one step, if I was doing a sewing sip and sew, I would not put a zip in. Either that or do it myself, because otherwise, doing this for people that have never sewn before or have, but this is not their forte, it's not the thing that they do normally, it's very time consuming. And frustrating for them too. So you want to make it as nice as possible for them. So first of all, I'm going to go round and I'm going to stitch that zip in place. Because I want to get to the zip head, I'm going to move my zip head away from the foot of the sewing machine. Make sure all my bag is out. And don't forget, we're just doing the lining at the minute. And you want to try and get it that same distance at the end here. Now, there's no stopper on this zipper, so I like to roll over the zipper twice down here. Another good, oh, not saying I'm a good one, bag maker and somebody who does tutorials on bags is Karina from Karina Soms, which means sewing room. So whereas I say studio, she's got something very similar, but in her native tongue. She's Norwegian, and she makes the most beautiful bags. Like the most beautiful bags ever. I'm just coming up to the end of this. I'm just going to take this pin out. Sitting in the center there, it looks so nice. I'm so happy with this bit. Pull it down. Now this pocket is in multiple pattern pieces because there's a cut at the bottom of it, and that's how we're going to turn our bag in the other way. And up the side. And turn it. And off we go. And lined it up. And here we go. Nice, 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 nice. Right. If you are going to put a label on, I would suggest you do it here. I like it over the pocket. I think it's nice. We don't have a pocket there at the minute, which is a bonus because that way we can't accidentally sew the pocket down. Here's my little label. Because it's a gift, I'm putting one of these big mofos in there. Okay. You don't need to see this. Okay, so I'm just going to zip up my zip. Got my little name down there now. And this is where I'm going to get my little destructions out because it will be a destruction disaster. Exterior, blah, blah, blah. I think there's a back part where we go into the pocket details. Oh, that's how you do it if you're not doing a pocket. I should have, here we go. Right. So we've done all that, we've put it in, we've made our little box through, and now we want to flip it over. So we've got pocket exhibit number A. So we've got A here, A, and we are going to sew this end. So I think that goes up like that. To the zipper. Really? Oh, the zipper facing. Oh, ignore everything I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do now, see what you're meant to do is you're meant to have sewn this to the back of the zipper so that it then goes above that like that. But we've already put the zipper in place because there's a zipper prep. This is not how Stacey did it. My bad. Okay, so I'm going to now, because I stuffed up, I'm going to sew it to this part of the fabric. So it would have come up here. So I might actually sew it to this part of the fabric. And fold it so it goes up like that. Because then you've got this part, which is a half size, which goes here. And then this piece is meant to go here. So I wonder if I can just do that there. Okay, let's make this up as we go along because Stacey didn't read the instructions. That means Stacey's done it. I just got to stop talking about myself in the third party, in the third person. That's a bit weird. So yeah, so by rights, that should have already been stuck to there like that. Which is a little bit weird for my brain to think that. So if I do that to there, I might be able to still do it. Let's see if I can still do it. I'll put you on fast forward because this is not how you do it, and I don't want you to learn this way because this is this is a way different way to any way that I've done it before. Okay. It wasn't like, I didn't say like. So I'm going to go right across the whole of this zipper, and I'm going to swap my feet out, and I'm just going to zipper this up. All right, I am now back up to into shape. So this goes down and that goes up. So that's nice and clean for the actual pocket. So this should be A and B, and then C lines up. See, this is what I don't get. This is too short when it lines up. It was too short if you do it anyway, to be honest. So, so I'm going to now, so line it up. I've got that all there. I've got that all there like that. Okay. Don't know. And then we are going to, oh, we're so not going to do half of that. Okay, right, let's just do it my way. I'm going to now sew around the whole of this. I'm going to add my sewing my top of my, what I've already done on my pocket together. I'm going to sew down the side, matching it up as I go, of course. My seams, seam allowance, remember, is 1 centimetre. I'm going to have to make this and just look at that whole pocketness. It's crazy. It's just, I've never done it like that. Sorry, and I will apologise because I put pockets in all of my bags, even if my bags don't suggest them. But the reason I want to do this the way we're doing it is because I'm going to turn it from inside the bag. That's what I want to do. So far, everything except for the pocket is reels. Okay, because that's English. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew up the side of pocket pat. I'm going to take this upstairs and read it tonight, actually, I think. After, of course, I upload this. So I'm going to change my feet. Okay, so I'm just going to leave a gap here, 4 fingers, so I can turn the whole thing in. Coming up the side here. Bit peeved about this whole pocketness. It might not match because, of course, I've done a different seam allowance because of the... See, I personally would have sewn it to the facing, not the zip, but it's hidden the zip nicely on the inside, so you can't feel the edge of the zip, which is quite good, but don't ask me what that was. So I'm sewing up here. I'm starting to think this looks like a mess now because of this. Frustration has not yet set in, okay? Do not stress. I'm not fully frustrated yet. I will get up and get myself some water though, because I'm feeling a bit parched from those little crackers. I like them. I don't know who else likes those original rice cracker things, but I had some when I was with my friend in the hospital yesterday. And she had the other flavour I bought with me. That doesn't even match up. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I've still got a gap down the bottom here. My pocket is all sewn up. I'm going to go closer to my little triangles, right next to my zip. And I'm just going to do it nice and tight. That will keep the pocket looking nice. Okay, and I'll do the other side as well. My little wings out. And I'm sewing over the zipper as well, which is also going to keep it intact. Right, okay. So, might not look like the best on the inside, but we're never going to see that because it's in the inside. But I really think that it's quite how that's attached to that. So it's tucked in the zipper. Nice and tidy. That I do like. The confusion I don't like. I don't like it. Okay, so let's get back to where we were before the pocket. Now, pocket's all done and dusted for now because we need to turn it. So that's what. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our two lining pieces together, and we'll do this with the exterior next. Our right sides together, so the handles aren't touching, right? So we've got these two marks here on our lining. Okay, we'll have it also on our, by rights that should be 1 centimetre in. We'll have it on our, make sure my arm's not under that when that goes down. We'll have it on our main fabrics as well. Okay, so that's there. I'm going to match up my two darts down the bottom. Okay, maketh or breaketh the bag with our two lined up. It's so nice when they line up. And the other side. See, not going to line up. The good thing is this, because the bag is curved, right? The whole thing is a curve. When you don't sew up one of the seams and you, although it is the lining, if you don't sew up one of the seams, you tend to have a straight bar of it. So say I had to tuck that in, to curve it, to shape it like a curve, makes it a bit harder. So the pocket is square at the bottom. And I know in my brain that made sense, so hopefully it made sense to you guys as well. Right, and just attach this side together. There's no notches. So you just really want to match up your darts at the bottom. I really do need to go and get a drink. Talking in that salt is not hydration material. Okay, I've got this all pinned. I'm going to pause you for a sec, go get some water, and then sew this up. Back. Okay, so from the dot down, my marking down, I'm going to sew, and it's going to be 1 centimetre seam allowance. Now I'll just pull that out so I can get to the dot. 1 centimetre, perfect. And backwards and forwards. And around we go. So I'm going to sew this one up. I'm going to match up the other side, the outside, and then I'll do that. Sew that as well.
Under sunshine, not thunder, camping and joyful, barbecues and a belly full. 'Cause it's summer times down under at Christmas time. Here comes Santa riding his sleigh.
One of the other things we do is we put our little press in, which is going to be here. I'm going to put a pin through this because it's going to match the other side, and you put it in the actual lining because the lining is what sticks it together. Okay, our dots are there, our dots are matching. I've got my exterior done. So if you don't do a pocket, you can stitch with a stay stitch around here, not stay stitch, stay stitch, basting stitch, sorry, around here, okay, and that will then, when you sew it, it will actually automatically turn to that. But what we are doing is trying to find where they've told us to put our, maybe it doesn't have it. So obviously it's only if you want it, which, hey, we want, right? I want. So I'm going to go and get my little snaps, which Yep, are up on the table. Okay, so what we do is we put our little washer there and we mark it. Okay, and we're going to go over the other side. Now I've got some stabilizer here, nice hard stabilizer. I put the stabilizer in between the snap and this washer here. So I put the washer through. So first of all, I get my trusty, I'm just going to get the fray check, okay? Okay, now I've been using a unpicker for years making buttonholes. The idea is to push it through a little bit and then poke your hole through where you want it cut. And I do the other side. I have all sorts of instruments that do this. I'm most successful with this. Now I'm going to put one of my little pieces this side and put it in. I've got the mail going on this side. And it's through the little holes. Then I like to do a little, oops, magnetic. Funny that. Put a little markings on some stabilizer here because I'm going to actually make the holes and slip it over the top as well. It just gives it a little bit of strength. You can make it bigger if you want. I just like a little bit. Means it doesn't rub on the fabric. And I'll just open it and put some fabric stuff on it. I don't know how long I've had this stuff. I've had it for years and years. Like literally, don't even know where the price tag is. And then I'm going to put this over the top. I'm going to put it the right way up because that's helpful, makes it stick to the right thing. So it's a fusible pallion, I think you guys call it, something like that. And where's my little back, my little washer? I've got a couple of washers. There's one there. I'm going to use that one. Where's the other one gone, guys? Can you see it? No? You're not looking for it? There it is. Right, I'll keep those two together. Yes, this one. You can push them together or apart, that's up to you. Nice little do a little bend over, helps you get that sort of push down. Okay, once I've done this, I'll actually go and iron it, and that pallion will sort of iron itself. I'll put the little fray stop here. When I iron it, make sure you close it because it's like a kind of glue, so you kind of don't want it to dry. Make my little slips in, cut, slip in, cut. Put this on the other side. It's about now I'm really hoping that it is actually going to match. That goes there. Do some little lines. And get my little backing, my trusty tools, bend them away and down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the iron. I'm going to press that down so that becomes part and parcel of that. Now just quickly iron the exterior, and I am going to turn the lining in the right way. Oh, by the way, they do match. This is really good. So we're going to put the lining inside the exterior, and you want to match right sides together. So that one goes up to there. That's cool. So this is what happens. This is why you need something that matches the outside, because it's got to blend with it. So I'm just going to pin this here first. And I'm going to just match it up. Come around to get this little sucker inside. It's a nice slouchy bag. I mean, you could put interfacing on it if you want. I felt that the cotton canvas that I had is heavy enough. Could you imagine a duck bag? The ducks on it. Yeah. Maybe I need to make Mr. Christopher a man duck bag to match his man duck trousers, shorts, and his man duck shirt. Really good one. We're just going to pin this around, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to sew. I've pinned all up one shoulder side, all down the other, all the way to the front. We're going to sew that entire patch up. The rest hasn't been pinned together. Okay, so we want that to match there. So you're basically going from where that's attached there to all the way around. Right, let's get sewing. Now I'll keep you on. This might take a while, this video, but I'm going to keep you on while I sew this so that you can make sure that you are comprehending what I'm saying. Because it's sometimes easier to be here in the flesh. I'm just going to put my needle down. I've got 2 pins here because I want to really make sure I hold the spot. Forward, let's go back, 2, that's perfect. Okay, now I'm just coming up to that pin. Let's get rid of that. And we're going to come up to the one shoulder strap. Or one, you know, it's going to attach to the strap. We're going to go and turn it. Oh, look at that. Could I have been any more betterer? There we go there. And do I know my numbers or what? So I'm coming around here. Now I'm coming around this front slope or the back slope, whichever one. I don't know where the zipper is. So I always think that the zipper is on the back of the bag. That's where I think it is. My son is playing. Yeah, the other day I was singing. He'd just gone to bed and I was singing because I was like semi-practicing for Friday night. And he goes, Mom, trying to sleep here? Yes, dear. Obviously, my voice does not lull him to sleep. So, heaven forbid anyone actually come and watch me sing, because apparently, when he was a little boy, when he was a little bitty baby, anyway, when he was a little boy, I tried to sing him nursery rhymes. He was not impressed. He did not want to know the nursery rhymes. Don't know why. Do not know why. But yeah, he would always say no, no. So he has come and watched me sing, which is really nice that he has wanted to come and hear me sing. Okay, so then we've done that. So now I'm going to pin the other side and I'm going to sew the other side. I'll put you guys on fast forward so you don't have to listen to me talk.
Preparing presents for Christmas Day. Make sure you're good, not bad, or come Christmas morning you'll be sad. Kids are excited for all of their toys. That's the good girls and boys. It's Christmas down under. sunshine up under.
Okay, so I've sewn both up. Now we're going to get our pocket, which is down here. Okay, and we're going to turn it. Oh, hang on, let's make it tidy. We're going to turn our corners, trim our corners. Okay, sometimes I turn it and then turn it back and turn it. I just like to get a feel for what I'm turning it from. Note to self, open your zip. Okay, right, I'm going to do this with my eyes shut because whenever I do something and I can't see it, I shut my eyes. Okay. Zip's open. Funny. Ha ha. Funny ha ha. That was funny. I forgot to open my zip. So before you sew the second one together, make sure your zip is open. But I did manage to really easily open it, you know. Right, here we go. Okay, this is just going to be, I'm just going to turn you on to fast forward because it's a slow process to make sure it's tidy.
Camping and joyful, barbecues and a belly full. Cause it's summer times, down under at Christmas time. Christmas, everyone this year, spend time with the family hanging there. Merry, Merry Christmas to...
Okay, so I don't know where I got up to, but I think I was ironing my bag. My student showed up. So I've ironed the top of my bag and I'm going to go, I've changed the thread on my walking foot. I'm going to go to my walking foot and I'm going to do the top stitching around, top stitching all the way around this whole part of the bag to keep the bag in. Okay, so my student showed up, like I said, that she was either going to be here for 2 hours or 1 hour. So we did 2 hours today. She had the giggles on today, so that was, yep. So we're making this little dress. This is the one we're making. We're up to the last stages and her dad just showed up to pick her up. So, and this dress is for her sister. So, oops. So it goes around. It's a little cute dress like this. We're just putting bias around the armholes. So basically, I'm pinned one side. So the dress is this one here. Without the frill on the bottom because she doesn't like frills anymore since we made frills on her dress. So I'm going to top stitch around there. Come with me and we'll go over here and we'll top stitch. I've got red on my walking foot. I changed that while my student was doing some sewing. I need to take this with me to do some stuff. Some homework tonight. Okay, right. Oh, glasses, Stacey. And the other thing I'll be doing is talk amongst yourselves. Okay, the other thing we'll be doing is I'll be making my handle, which will just be folding it in half and sewing it down and around. Okay, I believe I can fly. So I just thought that's not a bad edge. I don't mind that edge and I want it like that. So I'm going to first top stitch this. I've got the red under it and go all the way around to make sure, I'll just start at the seam here to make sure it all stays in. So sorry, I am going to be a little bit later sending this off to you guys. I want to shout out to the lovely Karina for she sent me some love Vlogmas Ko-Fi for doing all this. You are welcome, my sweetheart. there we go. Getting a nice red sewing going on. Whew. I've never had my student for 2 hours. I used to have, all my students I usually have for 2 hours. I sometimes think momentum is key when you're learning. Especially, you know, you go back and you forget, oh, what were we doing last week, or where were we up to for them, you know, sort of thing. And so it was quite a nice run today. What we did, we got quite a lot done. I think the only thing we had done the week before was sewing the 2 back pieces together. I did give her a hand, because we've only got 1 more week. I did give her a hand with making the bias loop for the button. So yeah, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty nice, don't you think? A little too ironic. Okay, just down the other side. Oh, my little gecko is falling. I'll keep doing this and see you soon. So I'm just doing the strap now. Just got the sides nice and even. It's looking quite nice. I quite like that. There is paint that you can use. I haven't got any. I can't even show you it. I have seen it with people that do make bags, but I do not have any. I'll make things with vinyl that they don't hem, so to speak, you know, just leave it raw edged. I really like this. I really like the colour of that. It looks primo. And down at the other side. Oh, looks so cool. Just let my machine do the talking for a little bit. Probably makes more sense than I do. Pop it back. Matches up nicely. Okay, so now I've got these. I have them with a belt in them, the little belt buckles, but I am ingenious, and it doesn't take much to take the inside outs. So that's what I've been doing with these, because I like, the wider buckle. And there is different measurements on these handles on the pattern if you wanted to have a narrower strap, but not me. I'm just going to move these out of the way because I do not want to have a needle break under that metal. In the bin. So we want that to go under there. Okay, and it's quite soft. It's quite soft. I'm going to go and get my clips. My wonder clips. Okay, and I'm going to sew it across. across with an S. Okay, and the other side. I thought I had dirt on it. No, I did not. Thank goodness. That's part of the, don't know what's part of, oh, part of the tiki. So basically just throw it over, make sure you got the same fold down. This is my good maths, just doing it that way. And then I will, after that, tuck that in and go and fold that under like that and have that done. Now I could change my foot to my walking foot, to my zipper foot to get nice and close, but I think I'm going to give it a burl in the old FJ. Right, give me a min and I'll have a go. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to stitch over the stitch line that I already had there for when I top stitched it. So it's only got the one on this side. If you do get this a little uneven, it's only one strap, so it's not going to be uneven on your shoulder. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Oh, just dropped my strap. How many of you got the strap at school? I never did. I wasn't a good girl, you know, but I never did. I was good enough not to get the strap. I remember one time I got in trouble. Okay, twice I got into trouble. But it was because somebody was punching my brother. He was my big brother, but, you know, you don't do that. Don't punch my brother, not in front of me. So I jumped on the guy's back. We lived in Nauru at the time. I had to stand outside the headmaster's office. That's about as bad as it got. Never got cuts. Oh, I might have had letters sent home, I don't know. Anyway, just think of it because I said strap. That's where my brain goes. It wanders. Right, I got the strap down here. We are not far from finishing this. I would like, with the going like that, I want the folded edge out. So the fold is there, so the open raw edge is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to get that as close as I can to it. Let's hope I can do that with my machine. And that's going to go around. Make sure it sits straight. It's got to go on the outside, doesn't it? So that twists like that, yep. God, I made that harder for myself, didn't I? Don't know what I was thinking. Alrighty, let's sew across here again. I'm going to sew on the same. Now you can, if you want, put rivets, double-sided rivets in here, which would look really pretty, but I'm not. I'm really happy with my top stitching. Can make or break an item, of course, but let's do this. There we go. One down, and the other one to go. Oh, let's just check in on this. I hope I was recording this. I am. Woohoo! Right. Mr. Christopher is up there making dinner. It's 10 to 6 at night. It's been a busy day. And I made something. Woohoo! It is a cute wee bag. Ocean Tide. Okay, so besides all the bits hanging off, where's my flashes? Let's go over to the table. because then I can also say goodbye-bye. Right. Oh, look at my hair. So my student got caught in the rain. Her dad did tell her to use his raincoat, and she didn't because she didn't read the text properly. Typical child. She is such a good wee lass. Yes, I said wee lass. Who knows what that was. Okay, I'm just snipping off while I talk to you. So that is, where's our little book that shows you the picture? That is the big one. Okay, it is a massive bag. It is the Ocean Tide bag, shoulder bag by Needle and Anchor and Co. I will endeavour to remember to put that information at the bottom. It is a process, so if I do forget, please forgive, because you know there's a lot's going on tonight, and well, every night when I'm uploading and editing, every day. That side's tiny. So there's one other thing I need to do here, and that is to go into the pocket and seal it up. So I'm going to take you through my bag so you can see it finished. Lots of tails. Okay. Right, here we go. Here's the bag. Oh, don't tell me that's... I'm going to unpack it and put it on straight. There's the bag there. It's got its dome closure, which I think bags need closures. Okay. And I don't know how oh no. No, it's not twisted. Just the way I did it, of course. So it sits on there nicely like that. Let's have a look at the bag, eh? Kiwiana much? Right. Yeah, nice big bag. Throw in whatever you want. It's got like lots and lots of room. All I gotta do now is take the bottom of my pocket. Don't know what just happened there. It just stopped. And tuck it under, iron it, and then I'll just top stitch that. I'm not going to hand press it, hand stitch it. No. It's inside a pocket. So far from caring about that much of it, you know, like if I was selling it for $150, yeah, sure. I'll probably do that. Okay, so that's it. Finish that off. That's the bag. It's got my name in it. It's Kiwiana. It's got nice little corners. It's top stitched with a beautiful red. It's red, it matches. It's just, I like them. I love these bags. I would recommend them. I've not made the bestie bag. I do have the pattern, but I haven't made it. So I don't know if it's as easy or is as good as that. But yep, this is the girl. And this is how big the pattern piece is. So anyway, okay, right, everybody, I'll let you go. I don't know how long this has gone on for. Really sorry if it's really super long. Sorry. Stay well, stay warm, stay dry, keep cool, keep on sewing. I didn't stay dry. Certainly didn't stay dry today. Have no regrets. Hydrate, have no regrets. And save face. Thanks, guys. Thanks heaps for everything. Again, thank you, Karina, for your love Vlogmas donation you gave me today. And I don't know if I said to Jane that Jane also gave me one earlier in the month. So thanks, guys, so much. Super appreciate the comments. Super appreciate everything with you guys. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.
Thank you for watching today. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Please subscribe.